boy, have I got a story for you guys. But first, welcome to Costa Rica. Look at the beautiful mountains and coffee plantations above, the land of bananas and plantains and ticos. Now, before I tell you this story, which is amazing, it changed my life, we gotta go somewhere else. So let's take a look at San Jose, the capital city, a sprawling capital, even though it's rather small down below in the valley. So let's go to a special place where I can share with you guys more. Let's go. Familia Tica.
As you guys can see, I'm familiar with these people in this place, and before I ever left the US for Spain, I actually moved here to Costa Rica for a short while to study Spanish, but it would become much more than I ever thought. You see, I was absolutely in love with Costa Rica since 2015, before YouTube in Spain. I thought my entire future was here. Costa Rica taught me how to enjoy the simple things in life and how when you have a society that needs each other, people tend to be happier. It made me realize early on that the US has a culture that leads to isolation and depression, and the vast majority of American cities are a perfect example of that. At the same time, Costa Rica made me realize just how lucky we are to be born in the United States. This journey helped me reinvigorate hope, creativity, and dreams, something I always had, but something I lost in the mundane and cloudy reality that was my early adult life. By reigniting light from darkness, I was able to learn how to better love myself, and as a result, love others more and more. I want to bring you into a Costa Rican home to show you how being a host student in another country completely transformed my life and led to things that I never imagined. I would never be where I am today without this experience and these people, and I wish everyone was fortunate enough to have the same experience as I did. But for those who can't, I know you'll resonate with this.
Gracias.
Hey! Playo!
Ya, pero ¿cómo está todo, Playo?
Good,
¿Todo
bro.
bien? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. Oh, say.
Es mucho amor. Lo queremos mucho. You welcome from Costa Rica?
Yeah!
All right.
All right, all right.
Your wife?
Yes, my wife.
Ah, ok. Hola.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Bienvenida.
Gracias.
Yo soy un amigo de hace muchos años.
Sí.
De Elliot.
Ajá.
Dijeron que se iba a poner celoso.
Hey.
Sí, porque yo le gusto a él. ¿Cómo amaneció? ¿Todo bien?
Bien.
Todo bien. Todo está muy bien.
Novia de Elliot.
Muy linda.
Compañera.
Muy linda. Más bien muy linda para Elliot.
Se pegó la lotería
Sí.
con la muchacha.
Igual que a mí, con mi esposa.
Ajá.
Me pegué la lotería.
Qué lindo.
Los dos tuvimos suerte.
Tenemos suerte, los
Sí,
hombres
señor.
con más suerte del mundo.
Sí, y los más guapos.
Oye,
Sí,
métese aquí.
Sí.
Michael.
Ahí está más linda.
Y el otro hombre, esto es Michael.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Y su hija.
Y su
Un placer,
hija.
¿cómo estás?
La,
Bien, bien.
La bella.
¿Cómo estás, mi niña?
Bien.
Un besito. Vale.
Español.
Madre mía, mira esta belleza. Yo te voy a robar de Ramiro. Thank you, señor. Thanks, Alex. Don't get offended by the people saying they're here. That actually means like they love you. It's a very endearing term to be called playa, which is translates to, but obviously it's all in good nature, good faith. You can't come to a country and try to change the culture. That is the culture here. I've learned that Costa Rica is actually quite a conservative culture, more so than even places like Venezuela and Colombia, where they're definitely more sexually free, if that makes sense. Here it's very Catholic, very traditional. Family is everything. And Costa Rica is a small nation, not only geographically, but population-wise, it's quite small. So let's take a look at the garden here. This is where they have their coffee plants. As I drink my beer, these are coffee beans, okay? I think in the autumn, September, October, they turn red and you pick them. And then they roast them and sell them. This would be green onions, lettuce, obviously the bananas, different types of bananas. I think one's called a guinea, which is like a larger, it's larger than a banana, but smaller than a plantain. They have all sorts of things here. It is very cool. Ya voy, ya voy. Ah, delicious. Here is the compost, the old banana leaves to make new soil, to obviously replant. So these guys do sell coffee as a little side business. The coffee we've been drinking at home is all right from here. And they have some land here. Just very tight-knit families, beautiful. It's a beautiful culture. And so different than where I'm from, and that's why I'm sharing this story today. Now, this is the father that I've been staying with for the last 6 years. Bananos maduros, ready to eat. ¿Qué te gusta?
Me encanta.
Le vendemos el racimo.
How much? ¿Cuánto vale?
Por ser usted nada.
Para mí, gratis, dijiste. Wow. So let me give you some background information here. This guy right here, Goyo, and Ligia, the señora, the ones who drove me here. Well, in 2015, I came here as a little young, innocent, ignorant international student with a desire to learn Spanish. I hardly spoke any Spanish, and these guys were the ones who received me. They were my host family that UW, University of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, placed me with, and they changed my life because we just hit it off. We had chemistry. I spoke no Spanish, but they took me in as one of their own. And what a beautiful story, because after that initial 2 months, my Spanish improved. I opened my eyes to a different world, to a different language, where if you don't speak Spanish or you haven't done something like this, you can't really understand. It's so difficult. You can't understand that when you come on vacation here, that being bicultural is amazing. It opens so many doors, and you go back home and you try to share this with your friends and family, and they just don't understand, and it's not their fault. That's basically what led me to moving to Spain eventually and changed my life. And so after that initial, buenos dias, after that initial 2 months abroad, I fell in love with Costa Rica so much that I returned 4 times, 5 times total. Over the years, I would save up during the semesters of college, work my ass off, suffer through those Wisconsin winters, knowing that I need to come back down here to the jungle, to the beautiful tropical climate, the mountain tropical climate, because we're pretty high right now, surrounded by volcanoes. And that was just life enriching for me. And it's what kept me going. It's what kept me holding on to hope for a future that was different. I just couldn't fit in anymore in Wisconsin and Eau Claire. At least that's how I felt at the time. And my dream was always to live here. And so this is my 6th trip after 4 years in Spain. That's a different story. Many of you know my story in Spain. I'll make a different video on that. Finally, I was able to come back here and bring my girlfriend, and they're so happy. They see me with my Latina girlfriend. The culture is so compatible. The Venezuelan, the Colombian, the Costa Rican, all these Latin American countries south of the border, ya vengo, are compatible. And even more on that note, they're compatible with Spain. The Spanish-speaking world is so similar to the English-speaking world in terms of geography, in terms of cognates and similar words, vocabulary, yet a world that's so different. And I think Anglos, unless they take that step and learn the language and they live abroad, which isn't easy to do, I'm seriously privileged. I feel rich in so many ways, more than money. Unless you take that step, you'll never be able to understand what people like myself have done. And it's changed my life, and I love my trip back in the United States. That was also eye-opening. These people teach you how important family is. They teach you family is everything, and these guys, all these houses here have plots of land, and they pass them down to their grandkids, because the economy here isn't the best. It's better than some Latin American nations, but like when societies need each other, when people need each other, I feel like there's more union, there's more love, there's more passion, and countries stay together. People take care of each other. And the United States is turning into something, or it has turned into something that's the complete opposite, which is individualistic, selfish. People don't want to accept help, and therefore families dissolve and break off. Not all of them. Depends where you're from. If you're from a small town, it really just depends on your family, but in general the cultures are different. And Spain is much more compatible to Latin America and the Spanish-speaking world than United States and North America. They're just two different places, and you have to appreciate them for what they are. So this is my family. We're gonna sit down and eat now, and each one of them has a story. Woo!
Only good.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
So this is Alex, the IT guy, the cocinero. This is Michael. Michael, eres camionero, ¿verdad? Pero haces muchas cosas. He's a good father. Y Ramiro, ¿a qué te dedicas?
Informática y electrónica.
Organizas bodas.
Sí, señor.
DJ.
Sí, DJ.
Es cantante. He likes karaoke.
Yeah.
You like karaoke?
Yes, sir.
And this is your wife, tu esposa.
Y rapidita.
Vale.
So beautiful.
Yeah, and you're the godfather, el padrino de
De
la
Valentina.
hija de Gaudí. This is Gaudí. She's an auditor. She is a machine. ¿Te gusta viajar a Estados Unidos y comprar?
Dios es gringo.
Sí. sí. And this is the man, the myth, legend, Goyo. He's very chill, relaxed. Goyo, was a criminologist and he worked in the prison systems in Costa Rica. ¿Cuántos años en el sistema de prisiones? 43 years in prisons all over Costa Rica. His story deserves a video in itself. And you know, these guys have traveled quite a bit. They've been to the United States. Just wonderful people. And there's more of them. Everyone here knows each other. The neighbors know each other. So again, I could continue to tell stories over and over again for days. It's just, yeah, it's amazing to be back here. I was literally in Spain for the last 4 years and I miss this so bad. I love Spain. I do, and I think I see myself living there for probably the rest of my life. But of course, being privileged and creating this life of being able to live in 2 places or 3 places, United States, Wisconsin, where I'm from, which I also love, and I appreciate the small town, and my family is amazing there as well. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to be here. I wouldn't be able to travel the United States because they received me in their house, my brother in Colorado, my sister in Los Angeles. I just realized after traveling how lucky I am and how beautiful life is. I know this sounds all kind of like cringe, but like, I know there's people out there who resonate with me, I really do. And that's why I like to share this. So let's have some food. Salud, familia.
Salud, familia.
Pura vida, pura vida.
Pura vida. Pura vida, Mae.
Pura vida, Mai. Michael,
¡Que
salud.
viva Costa Rica!
Que viva Costa Rica.
¡Que
Viva
viva Caracas!
Que viva Gringolandia. Gracias, mi amor. Qué bien me cuida.
No, es chile panameño, muy picante.
Muy picante
Sí,
y...
yo lo como así.
¿De verdad?
¿Usted quiere chorizo?
¿Usted es loca? ¿Loco?
Sí, loco.
Crazy man, crazy.
No coma mucho. Es muy rico, muy rico. Es muy rico.
Ah, bueno.
Me quemé, ya lo tiró. Manejé muchos años tráiler aquí
Vale.
en Costa Rica.
Ajá.
Transportaba combustible de jet fuel y agua gas. Mi amigo también.
Y es un trabajo muy estresante en Costa Rica.
Y muy duro. Y muchas horas de trabajo.
Muchas horas, pero encima las carreteras son diferentes que en Estados Unidos. Congestión, lluvia,
Montaña.
es peligroso.
Sí,
Es peligroso.
Sí.
¿Dirías que recompensa o...?
No.
¿No?
No.
No paga bien.
No.
Un salario. Usted le decía, eso es lo que usted gana por mes y tiene que hacerlo, le guste o no le guste.
Let's try this pico de gallo. It's essentially a salad.
Una bicicleta.
Los ves.
Y usted se va por la calle y están ahí lindados.
Así. All right.
Por aquí. San José, sí, no hemos viajado mucho.
Wow.
Estamos en casa, estamos comiendo.
Delicious. Ligia, la bartender.
Voy a ir a trabajar con Kerry a Wisconsin en bartender.
Vamos a ganar una fortuna.
Sí.
Vamos a ser millonarios. When you live with a Costa Rican family, they will feed you. They will feed you until you cannot eat anymore. It's wonderful. It's pretty similar to the United States in that regard, but the ingredients are fresher, but also less processed food here, more home cooked.
Estoy segura de una cosa. Mi primera vez que vengo en Costa Rica. Me caso con una latina. Y Goyo y Alexander, ¿por qué? Porque las gringas son muy secas. Las latinas tienen digo así, vean, tienen buen rabo.
Sí, es verdad.
¿Y qué tiene buen rabo?
Ajá. Ah, baby. Carne. Un besito.
¿Y tenía novias aquí?
No.
No, él dijo que no.
No.
¿No tuviste novias,
Solo
teacher?
más.
Solo novios.
Solo novios. Mi novio. Let's see what they eat for dessert in Costa Rica. Wow. Look at these plantains. They're made on the grill. They become very tender and they just melt with the cheese on there. Look at that. Así es la vida en Costa Rica, ¿no?
Así es la vida en Costa Rica. Un domingo con la familia.
Es muy fácil así
¿Me
ganar.
alcanzas los platos?
Sí.
Okay. So this is a Costa Rican house from inside. Very beautiful. And we typically eat lunch here because with my host parents there, well, this is their daughter's house, Gaudi. And we come here because it's only 5 minutes away or 3 minutes away. Eat lunch here. And always eating lunch together. All right, Ramiro.
All right, my friend.
Un abrazo.
Un abrazo, lo quiero mucho. Y espero que vuelva pronto. Aquí lo vamos a esperar con mucho cariño.
Vale.
Después va a mi casa.
Okay, okay, bro.
Cuídate mucho.
Wow, guys. It is just pouring, and just like that, it was sunny this morning, and it's actually quite dangerous to be driving right now. Costa Rica has flash floods, especially in the Pacific side, in Guanacaste. So we're parking it. Oh wow, this park job's also tough. You see how the Ligia, she's in charge.
¿Quieren café?
No, ahorita no. Gracias.
Mañana en la noche.
Sí, vamos a ver.
No
All right.
se moje,
Ah,
porque esa lluvia es mala, te coge gripe.
okay.
Es que aquí son las primeras lluvias y nosotros los ticos decimos que estas lluvias rejuntan todas las calorías y las bacterias que hay en el aire, que caen en nuestro cuerpo y nos podemos enfermar de gripe.
Okay. Yo te escucho. Gracias, corazón. This is the typical, authentic Costa Rican mom. Elliot, make your bed. Elliot, breakfast. Elliot, lunch. Elliot, put on cologne. Elliot, take a shower. This is another typical Costa Rican house. In fact, this is where I've stayed over 6 times. This is the area to wash the clothes, and it's literally pouring. This is my bedroom. My girlfriend and I have to sleep in different beds. Not because they care, just because we don't have a double bed. And I think like 3 years ago, since I visit so much, they installed a second bathroom. So check this out. Talk about culture shock. You throw the toilet paper in here, you don't flush the toilet paper. I know Americans don't comprehend that, but you don't want to have a nice toilet clog, do you? But this is what's called the suicide shower, to warm up the water. Because it's actually cold. Hace frío, ¿verdad?
Sí, está lloviendo mucho.
This is the backyard. Wow. Rainy season in Costa Rica. Look at, she's got the big speaker here. A classic Latina mom.
Costa Rica!
Now you see that they move the clothes here when it rains so it can still dry. And the morning when there's sun, you hang the clothes out right there. Edibles, mints, rosemary. They used to have an avocado tree here that they cut down. Orchids, I think they're called orquídeas in Spanish. When I was really young, I would come back here late at night, you know, a little bit drunk, because obviously I wanted to enjoy the nightlife, and I would be so embarrassed to be a little bit drunk around them. And then, you know, fast forward, they're like, Elliot, you want a whiskey? They're retired now, so we share those good memories together. And you know, they were responsible for me, right? I came to a foreign country, like many international students come to a foreign country, and oh wow, thunder. And they were responsible for my well-being, and they did an incredible job making sure I stayed safe, advising me on things to do or things not to do, because, you know, sometimes the Americans come thinking that everything's like their country, and bad things can happen in foreign countries. Listen to the locals. That's the moral of that story. Gracias, Ligia. This is un tamal, a tamale. This is the banana leaves. Tamale mix, which is made from corn, rice, pork. Usually there's other vegetables. Well, here is a carrot. And I'm telling you guys, this is delicious. You gotta add the salsa lisano.
Digamos, muchos, algunos, bueno, la mayoría con tamales.
7 o'clock at night, by the way.
Generalmente se utiliza para mezclar con
Coffee.